Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Beginner's Guide. This is episode 2. My name is Josh. Thanks for joining me. Hope everyone is safe and healthy on this fine day today. When we last saw our brave hero, we had just survived the first night, and we are now ready to start looking for a more permanent food source and maybe some iron tools and stuff. It looks like the moon is setting out there, so it's going to be daylight very soon. So while we wait, let's just mine back through here a little bit more and see if maybe we get lucky and run into some coal. You never know. Some coal or iron. Probably not going to find any iron. You got to dig down a little bit deeper. You'll find certain ores are more prevalent depending on where you are in the world. You have to go pretty deep to find things like diamonds and redstone, for example. Coal tends to appear the closest towards the top, I think, and then iron maybe just a little bit deeper than that. So if you are joining me and want to play along, I can show you the seed here. If you just type /seed. This is the seed that we are currently playing on. I will try to remember to put this in the description, but as we find things, I will be sure to share them with you all. And another tip, if you want to open the debug tools, you can hit F3 on your keyboard by default, and you can see over in the left side of the screen on the second paragraph, it says XYZ. Those are your coordinates in the world, and this is where we are currently set up with our base. So if you're trying to play along and follow along with us, this is where we are at. And it looks like the sun has finally risen, so we can venture back outside. So I think what we want to do is at least maybe close by here, get some sort of basic farm going. Let's plant some wheat down by the water. And in order to plant wheat, you need seeds, and you can get wheat seeds by just breaking grass. And you can see every so often these little seeds will pop up like that. Let's try to collect. Let's see, we got 4 now. I think let's try to start with like 10 to 12 seeds. I think would be a good amount of seeds to start off our little farm with. And we can use the wheat to breed animals, or we can make bread with it. Not the best food, but at least starting out, it's something that you can get going and always have there in a pinch when you need it. So, see, we are up to 7 now with the seeds. Probably use my shovel here to break the grass instead of my sword. I don't want to go through the durability on my sword breaking grass. You will notice your tools do have a durability. Over time, they do break, and you will have to replace them or repair them, which we will get into much later. The other thing you'll notice on the bar just below your health and your hunger bar is your experience bar. You can see we have slowly been starting to fill that up. You fill that up by just doing random things like mining blocks, killing enemies. Certain achievements award a fair amount of experience. You get a ton of experience from slaying that ender dragon at the end. You get experience for breeding animals too. And when you die, most of that experience goes away. You drop some experience upon death that you can go recover, but it's never the full amount that you lost. It's if you have a lot of it, you're going to lose a lot of it. So when you're starting out, death doesn't matter as much, but as you start to build up that experience, you're going to want to try to avoid dying, because it's handy to have a lot of that when we get to enchanting later. It is kind of like a currency for doing enchantments. So just place some more torches around here to light up the area at night, so when it gets into the evening, we are not bombarded with mobs if we're still out here. Let's see. Oh, yes, we are going to need a hoe in order to plant crops. This is not exactly the best location here. I think we're going to find ourselves quickly moving on from this area. Let's see. we need a hoe. So I believe this is the hoe. So like I mentioned in the last video, you want to avoid running and jumping when you're first starting out because you'll burn more energy that way, and it will make you hungrier quicker, and that's kind of a pain when you're just starting out. I like to try to avoid killing the animals if possible because I like to try to breed them, especially if you can find some cows. Sheep are also good to breed for wool, which we will need to make a bed. And when you make a bed, you can reset your spawn point. So I think this is just a good starting patch for a garden here. So in order to grow things, the crops have to be close to water. They can be, I think, something like maybe 3 or 4 tiles inward. You can check the official Minecraft wiki for the specifics, which I'm probably going to direct you to a lot. But just know that if you're trying to plant things, they need to be, the spaces need to be next to the water in order to get the water. So you can see the water here is going to start to wick into the land, and if the space starts to darken, that means that's good. It can support crops. I don't know why I made this many spaces because we're not going to fill it all up. You can see I am right-clicking with the seeds that we got on the empty spots. Oh, geez, maybe I did have enough. Let's just get one more seed. There we go. All right. So I think this is going to be a good initial wheat farm for us. It's probably going to take a couple days, and light actually does play a role in plants growing. At least it used to. So I'm going to put a couple torches down just around here, just to prevent also mobs from spawning and walking on it. All right, so now that we have a little bit of a farm started, I want to try to venture out and explore a little bit. What? Oh, that looks like... Is that like some kind of shipwreck over there? In one of the recent updates, shipwrecks were a thing that was added to the game, and this looks like... Yes, that looks like a shipwreck over there. Let's go explore that, because in shipwrecks there are treasure chests, and sometimes there can be some good items in there. And this one is like appearing above ground. You do want to be careful. There are mobs that can spawn underwater. They are called the drowned. They are like zombies. During the daytime, they tend to stay below the surface unless they see you swimming in the water. If that's the case, they will swim up and try to hurt you. For the most part, they're okay to deal with. If you get on land, they basically just act like regular zombies. There is one variant of the drowned, however, that throws a trident. Oh, and there's our treasure chest right there. Sweet. This is a pretty good find on day 2. I'm not expecting much in here, though. Maybe there's food. Food would be good, actually, right now. Oh my gosh, we have iron. Lots of iron. Look at that. Let's collect this. And we've got some nuggets, too. Iron ingots. And some gold. Not a bad find. We can create some armor. We can make an iron pickaxe. Some tools. Do we want to take any more of this wood? Is there more treasure? That is the question. I feel like these spawn with 2 chests. I am not entirely sure, though. Let's see here. You can see when we get underwater, it's a lot harder to chop, and you can see we also have an air gauge, too, just above our hunger, that depletes pretty quickly. If you're standing on land, it's a lot easier to chop down below, and there is the other chest. Probably have to consult the wiki and see how many are actually down here, but let's get this. And there's a bunch of paper. see. Here's a buried treasure map, which is pretty sweet. Empty map. Let's swim up. All right. All right. A couple of treasure boxes. All right. And the sun is starting to set, so let's... I've fallen in here. Let's make our way back. Okay, so we are back at our base now with the loot that we just collected from that sunken ship. We have an empty map, which I'll get to a little bit later. Paper, which is always nice to have. We will be using that to make books later, which will help with enchanting, among other things. And let's see, we also have a buried treasure map, too, which is going to be a fun little adventure for us to go on. Let me take a look at it here. Okay, so it looks like we've uncovered some of this map already. That's us in the upper left corner. We're going to have to go down and get that treasure, which is down at the X. So that should be fun. But our inventory is starting to get a little bit cluttered. We're going to need to make some sort of chest for ourselves. Let's put down some dirt here. Block up our doorway as night is falling, and we can make a chest by taking some wood blocks. Actually, we have two different kinds of wood here. We have spruce planks and oak planks, but it should be able to make the chest with both kinds of wood. You can see is if you leave a hole in the middle, you get a chest, which then you can place right there. If we make some more wood blocks, for example, and then make a second chest and place that second chest next to it, it makes a bigger chest that is too wide and is twice as big. So let's offload some of this stuff right now. I'm actually going to turn these nuggets into actual bars, which you can do just by filling up an entire grid. Let's add our gold here. We're not going to be needing the gold for anything anytime soon. As the paper, maybe we can go search for that buried treasure. Let's leave that empty map for later. We got some stairs here. This is some wood that we collected from the sunken ship. We get some oak saplings from the tree we've chopped down, and different kinds of wood here from that boat. Let's see here. What do we need? We do need some coal. Don't have very many torches. It might not be wise to take an expedition yet. I think what we really need to do is find a good iron deposit. We did get some iron, though, from that treasure chest in the ship, and a good thing that we can do is build some iron armor, because right now, if you look at ourselves, if you hit E to bring up your inventory and you look at your character here, you can see he's got some slots for different armor and a shield. And off the bat, it's a good idea to make some of the stuff to protect yourself. And right away, the first thing I like to make is the shield. Although I'm not sure if we have enough wood for it. Let's see. I believe the shield is this plus that. Or is it that? Is it that? We'll have to look here. Maybe it's in the recipe book. Shield. I was close. So you can see you have to get the recipe right in order to craft it. In the old days, you had to actually use the wiki to look up the recipe if you didn't know it. So it's handy to have this guide now built into the game. Certainly makes it a lot more accessible, but there's our shield. I'm going to hit E to go back to our inventory, and if you shift-click on any kind of armor, it'll automatically place it in the slot. So now you can see our guy is holding that shield. We have it now in our hands, and if you right-click, you can block with the shield if you hold down right-click. The shield is a newer thing in the game. I haven't really used it much. They didn't have shields back when I played, so I think, from what I understand, this really changes the game in terms of combat. It's really handy to have and use, and makes combat so much better. So that is great. Let's see what else we can make with our iron. I think we want to start making armor with it if we can. And I think the first thing to make is the chest piece, because it gives you the most armor, and it costs the most. And we can make a helmet, which is right there. So there we are. We now have a iron helmet and the chest piece and the shield. Still got the stone sword, but hey, we are a lot more protected now than we were before. You can see now that we've added armor, we have a armor gauge just above our life. So you will see that fill up as you upgrade your gear, add more armor, and then there's another stat onto that called toughness, which we will talk about later. But for now, we have just the chest piece and the hat. We got pants and legs to make, but we need more iron for that. So I think it's time to explore a little bit. There's a couple schools of thought when it comes to mining and searching for ore. There's various methods and things. If you're one of those people that likes to min-max your game, there's definitely tutorials and sites out there that say specifically how wide your tunnels need to be and on what levels of the map and how far away they need to be from each other and all that stuff. So if you want to get that deep into it, you can. But basically at a high level, there's a few ways you can go about this. So the deeper you go, the better ore and things that you're going to find. And there's a couple ways to go about that. So you can either in your base build like a mine shaft, like a spiral staircase that just goes straight down and keep digging and digging until you hit the lower layers. You can, slowly build just a 2x wide big staircase that just goes down. And then you can also go cave spelunking. And I think, starting out, exploring caves is probably the better option. It's probably more efficient. You're going to find stuff a lot faster. However, digging that tunnel down and strip mining, while it can take longer, it can still yield a lot of good results too if you want to put in the time for it. But starting out, exploring caves is a good way to get deeper faster without having to dig a lot. And because they're caves, a lot of the walls are exposed. So there's a lot more surface area exposed, and you're getting a higher percentage of seeing things like iron and diamonds and that kind of stuff. Diamonds, not as much, because those are at a very lower level that if you're going to dig, if you're going to hunt for diamonds, you kind of have to do that strip mining technique where you dig a tunnel all the way down and then just do these branching tunnels that go off. So starting out, in your base, if you're shut in, you don't have a whole lot of tools and things like that. During your nights, you can start a little strip mine and start digging down, or you can just go out during the day and start looking for caves, which I think we're going to do here. The moon is setting. We have a sword, shield, some armor. We could probably venture out and start trying to explore the land a little bit, find a cave. We need to find some coal is what we need so we can make more torches. We should probably chop down some trees and get some more wood before we go. We don't need to bring our stone axe. Let's leave the treasure map here for now. Or, our stone hoe. We don't need to bring that. Let's leave our hoe at home. We're going to need a new pickaxe before we know it, so let's just make a stone pickaxe now. We have our stone sword. We're going to need a wood axe, or a stone axe soon. So let's just get that replacement, and we may as well just replace our shovel too. And we got some torches, we got dirt. Having a pile of dirt around is good as well to just help get around certain areas. It's always good to go cave spelunking with a bunch of wood as well, so you can build a crafting table if you need to down there. Also, let's just take a minute here and talk about advancements as well. You just saw that little thing pop up in the upper right corner. So if you hit the L key on your keyboard, you'll get the advancements screen, and these are kind of like achievements in the game. They don't really do too much, but you can see there's different categories. This is husbandry, so this is dealing with animals and growing crops and things like that. Here's the Minecraft one, which is just the core advancement of the game. You can see the first one is, mine stone with your new pickaxe, get a better pickaxe, get iron, and it kind of guides you down through this tree. As you unlock advancements, more will show up here on the right, and it just sort of acts as kind of like a guide. As you get deeper into the tree, you'll get more rare advancements that'll show up, and those can actually grant experience too, but they're pretty hard. I think some are like breed every animal in the game, or make every potion available in the game, or eat every food in the game, grow every crop in the game, that kind of stuff. So yeah, those are the advancements. If you're kind of looking for something to do next in the game, you know, you're just kind of hanging around, this is a good screen to go to and just kind of see what there is to do. So that's kind of what that's there for, and when you see those little things pop up in the upper right corner of the screen, that's what those are. All right, the moon is going down. We are going to go out looking for a cave. We came out a little bit early. You can see here's a zombie who is burning up and on fire as the sun is coming up. Some monsters burn up in the daylight. We just got an achievement there for killing our first monster. Spiders, they don't burn up. They stick around during the day, but they become kind of passive. So if you see a spider outside during the daytime, they will not attack you unless you attack it first. You can get as close to it as you want, and you don't have to worry about that. Zombies will burn up. Skeletons will burn up. The other mob is called a creeper, and it's one of my least favorite in the game. It is so incredibly annoying. I wish they burned up too, but they don't. They stick around. Sometimes they despawn and they'll just disappear. But they don't make too much noise. They kind of creep up on you, hence the name creeper. And they explode, and they destroy blocks, and they scare the crap out of you if they come up on you and you don't expect it. They can kill you if you don't have any armor on. They can insta-kill you. Sometimes with armor, if you're not prepared, they can even kill you. If they get near a house or something that you've built, they will destroy it. I mean, you know, they won't destroy it, but they'll knock a wall down or something like that. And here we have some sheep. Oh, this is a good find. We're going to be able to make a bed at some point, which is going to be great because we can skip. We will be able to skip the nights. We have some horses here that we can use. Just exploring some of the map here. And I'm trying not to run and jump too much. We got some chickens here. This will be good for making arrows. You can farm chickens for their feathers to make arrows. It looks like we have a desert biome over here on the right. You can see some cactuses growing in there and lots of sand. And it looks like we have a herd of cows here, which is great. There's more than 2. I see 6 or so, which is good. If we need to kill a few to get some food, we can do that and not have to worry about destroying the entire population. We'll be able to breed them because you need the leather to make books. Is this a cave down here? Could this be a cave to explore? Oops. It is. Okay. Good to know. Oh. And look at this ravine. There's some lava down there. Oh, there's some coal right in the side of the wall. This looks like a good spot we want to note. So what I'll do sometimes when I find a spot like this is I'll mark it some way on the landscape. I'll make like a pillar with some torches on it. So I'll get some dirt and I'll just jump up and place one underneath me and make just a tower. And if you hold down the sneak button, I think by default it is shift, but I have it mapped to my control key because I like using shift for run. But if you hold down sneak, you can move all the way to the edge of a block and you will not drop off. It looks like I'm standing out in the air, but you won't drop. If you let go of the sneak button, you will fall. So you just need to be careful, but it's a way for you to kind of get out onto the side and do things like place torches on the side of a block. So just a handy tip for working in precarious places. And I jump up and place a torch right on the top too. So there we go. A little bit of a fall here though. I think we're at the height where it's not going to kill us. But I should have made a second I should have made a second pillar to jump down on. But anyway, here we go. Oh, that wasn't so bad. So you can see we took some damage from the fall and our hearts are filling back up because our hunger meter is full. But as the hearts fill, they drain that hunger meter. So you can see right now the hunger meter has now dipped below after my hearts have filled up, and the heart stopped filling up. It's not going to fill up that last heart there because I need food. I am hungry. So, but now we have this pillar here, this landmark that we'll be able to see from a distance to kind of show us where this mine is, this ravine that we are going to go exploring in the next episode. But I think right now we need to eat, and this is probably a good point to stop it. So we are going to say goodbye to this cow. Oh, we got 3 raw beef from that. That is crazy. And we also got 2 leather. That is pretty good. Normally, you don't even get any leather, and it's usually just 1 piece. And sometimes it's just one. It's usually just 1 beef, but that is a great take on that cow. So I am going to go back to the base, cook up these steaks, so we have some food. And in the next episode, we are going to be looking to explore that game. Thank you for joining me. My name is Josh. This has been the Minecraft Beginner's Guide. Thanks again for joining me. Really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave comments. It's been so fun to stream Minecraft, and I hope you guys are playing along with me. Take care. Catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.